Hey Head Start families, this is Audra Mathis again, the mental health consultant for our 5 counties. Thank you so much for coming back and checking in on our channel. Today I want to talk to you guys about parenting. Parenting, like I said before, it's the toughest job any of us will ever have, especially when we're doing it right. Kids like a lot of structure and boundaries and routine, like I mentioned before. These are the things that we're going to work on today. If you guys have any questions, comments, things like that, you can put them in the comment section down below. I'll have some links down there in the description box for some additional resources. Don't be afraid to reach out. I want to hear from you guys. This is new for me, all of this online platform, and certainly being separated from the families, the kids, the staff. We miss you guys. When we talk about parenting, a lot of times parenting is it's kind of a surprise. It can be so rewarding and so challenging at the same time. And for some of us, some days are more challenging than others. And I want to be able to acknowledge that I hear you, I understand. I'm a parent too, so I get it. Our kids are not perfect every day, and we're not perfect as parents every day either. How can we mitigate some of that? We're still in our shelter-in-place order here in Texas, and we want to do whatever we can to support you guys. So one of the first things that I want to talk to you about parenting is, again, it's a challenge, right? We have to pick our battles with our kids. One of the things, though, when we pick battles is that we don't really want it to be a battle, of course. We want it to be as easy as possible for us and for the kids. But we want to make sure that you guys understand that having a consistent routine, getting up at the same time every morning, not staying up late. These little ones should not be up at 9, 10, 11 at night. They need to go to bed early. Their bodies and brains are growing and developing. So we want to make sure they get as much rest as possible. Some of the worst moments that we can have with parents really are in those early morning hours, when we're trying to get out the door and get ready for school. So since we're not getting out the door and getting ready for school, we're going to do things a little bit differently. I want you guys to keep a strict schedule, right? We can have a little bit of flexibility there, on the weekends, but really maintain that wake up time. Why is that important? Again, kids love routine. They want to know what to expect. They like for things to be predictable. They don't like big surprises, just like you and I don't like surprise, huge electric bills or things like that, or massive car repairs. Kids want to know what's going to happen in their day, right? So on Mondays, right, say we get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, right, maybe 7:30 if they're littler. Make sure they're brushing their teeth. They're having a good quality breakfast. Pick up breakfast at one of the schools in your county if that's an option. Pick up a lunch later in the day, right? We still don't want kids going out with parents on every single errand. But we also understand that kids have to be safe. We want them buckled in their car seats if they do have to go with you. And we don't want them left unattended at home. Always make sure that the kids have proper adult supervision by someone who is trustworthy, okay? Very important. The next thing to remember is when you're keeping them on schedule, remember, Head Start is here for our families and for the kids to learn. If you guys want to learn about certain things, again, put it down in the comment section and we'll see what we can come up with for you. Make sure the kids have an educational experience at home. It could be as simple as going out into the backyard, looking at bugs, earthworms, that kind of thing, learning about science. Google it, right? We don't have to have a huge set of encyclopedia on the bookcase anymore. We have access to Google and a wealth of information. Make sure the kids are watching age-appropriate educational programming online and limit that screen time for the little ones. We don't want them just inundated, with, stuff on Netflix and YouTube and all that kind of stuff, except for this channel, right? Make sure that the kids understand that this is still kind of a little bit of a school day. We're still going to learn a little bit. We're going to practice our social manners, saying please and thank you, right? Using our utensils while we're eating, all of that good stuff that we like to reinforce there at Head Start and Early Head Start. If you guys have, a special need for books or something like that, let us know. We'll see what we can do, or at least find you a link online where you can find the resource for free. We're always happy to do that for you. Another thing with parenting is parenting stress. What do you guys do to remain calm when the kids are pushing those buttons, right? One thing that we always want to reinforce is it's never appropriate to take our anger out on a child, right? That's one of the worst things we can do. We always want to have a cooling off period before we reach that point, right? Before it reaches that level, we want to take it down a notch. If that means that you have to take a 10-minute cool off period in another room while the child is safely supervised, do that. If you don't have additional supervision available, remember, this is a young growing child. We want to keep them safe. We don't want to spook them and scare them with our anger. We want to understand that, for them, it's a learning experience. It's different. Moms and dads get stressed sometimes, but we don't want big, huge arguments, lots of screaming and yelling, all that kind of stuff. It's not productive for anybody. It might feel good in the moment. It's a little bit of a short-term gain if you get to vent and blow off some steam, but it's a long-term sacrifice for these kids. It's a long-term sacrifice for the community if the kids learn how to resolve their frustrations and stress with anger. So keep it cool, guys. Again, we're going to keep doing more videos like this, more structure. Send in your feedback and your comments, and we'll all meet together soon on our YouTube channel. You guys take care and keep washing those hands. Thanks.